On my way to tell Noah they don't need to keep calling it winter weather if it's already spring. They can just call it snow. What's that? It's time to report the weather? Okay, my very topical rant will soon make sense. Significant winter weather set to continue in the Rockies through midweek, but we just call that snow because it's not winter. Severe weather and heavy rain threat to impact the southern plains and the lower Mississippi Valley through midweek before approaching the southeast. We call that P. And chilly temperatures to persist across the central and eastern U.S. after the frontal passage, while the northwest is starting to moderate. They were hot, you see. Temperatures 69 up in Bellingham by the Canadian border of Washington and Canada. 75, 76 down by the Oregon-Washington border. 75 for Oregon. 74, 64 for NorCal. 68, 65 for SoCal. Mountain states, we're seeing lots of 40s and 50s for Montana and Wyoming. Rest of the mountain states, Idaho, Utah, Colorado. You guys are in the 60s to 70s, just depending on where you're at and what your elevation is. Upper parts of Arizona and New Mexico are in the 50s and 60s. And the lower part of Arizona and New Mexico is just in the 70s. You guys look very moderate. Enjoy not burning to death. Guess who is burning to death? Texas! 93 in the middle there, 90 at the tip. That wears off by the time you get halfway up through Oklahoma, and it's in the 60s again, all the way up till North Dakota when it drops again into the 40s. Midwest Poo, similar story with hotter temperatures around the Gulf states and cooler as you veer north. 75 by the time you hit the Kentucky-Tennessee border, and around the Gulf or around the Lake states is 50s and 60s. East Coastlies, you're just kind of warm. 72 up at the tip of Maine, all the way down to 90 at the shaft, 86 at the tip of the Peanuts. McMurdo Station on the Rossi in Antarctica seeing some wintry weather because for them it's nearing winter. 3 degrees Fahrenheit winds from the east-northeast at 10 miles per hour with wind gusts up to 10, giving them a real feel of negative 12 degrees, and actually that's pretty moderate for winter-ish fall in Antarctica. You can tell I think I'm funny and smart. Puerto Rico has been seeing showers overnight, rip currents to continue through the day. Low to moderate risk though, so just be aware of where you're at and check your local conditions, swim near lifeguards, all that good stuff. Heat is still expected through early next week, so take breaks, hydrate often, limit midday sun, and pace your outdoor activities. Daytime high temperatures 88, 90 up on the north coast, 83 in the east, 88 in the south, 91 for the west, 80 for the interior, 88, 89 for the U.S. Virgin Islands except St. Croix and surrounding waters at 83. Alaska, once again, getting peed on, especially in the Aleutians and southern and southeast Alaska to continue. Some pockets in the interior as well, but mostly along the southern portion of the state. Daytime high temperatures 23, 26, 33 for the Arctic Circle, turning into the high 20s right below that, and then well into the 40s and even the 50s for the interior, with some cooler 30-degree temperatures out on the coastlines. 41, 36 for the Aleutians, 49, 45 near Anchorage, and 50 for the Panhandle. Hawaii, you've got a special weather statement. You know what that means. Kilauea episode 46 precursor activity started this afternoon on May the 4th, so as we're coming into May the 5th, expect it to continue with eruption occurring, and precautionary preparedness actions are to be in effect, and stay tuned for updates from your locals. Beware of park and road closures that may occur. Daytime high temperatures for the island chain, 75 into the low to mid 80s along the coastlines, especially with the interiors being slightly cooler, and 46 up on the summit of the Big Island Mountains. Funny, that's also where it's probably hottest at that volcano. All right, have a good Tuesday. Totally don't rant about what words mean like I do. It wastes time. Okay, it's Tuesday. Have a good Tuesday. Or else, it's also Cinco de Mayo. Yay. Bye!